Hi guys! Hello! Welcome back to the Lankle channel! I am Meya.
I'm Robin.
And we're here today to watch some video about Japanese people being very, very polite.
I'm excited. I want to see why Japanese people are very polite.
Yes, me too. I want to see why and what's the reason and how I can adapt that to my life.
So let's dive in.
Let's watch it.
Reasons why the Japanese are so polite. Japan has a population of 126 million, much of which are found in the larger cities of Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, and Kobe. With a high density of people crowded into a relatively small space, people have to learn to get along with one another.
That's true.
At the same time, Japan is made up of local Japanese, with very few foreigners among them, so they are also very similar in culture, values, and manners. Politeness is a typical characteristic of the Japanese that other people admire, and here are 5 possible reasons why. Number 1. Japanese philosophy and religion. For the Japanese, the country and family are considered more important than self. For centuries, Japanese have been taught from a young age that they need to be responsible members of their families and their countries and serve others' needs before their own.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like in Asia in general, like usually the oldest siblings or the kids are expected to take care of their family, and so family is a big thing. Like especially when people grow older, I tend to see that like older people, the only thing that matters to them is family. That's it, you know.
Right, yeah, that's true. That is true. And there's this respect of like older person, right? Like the older, the more respect they kind of deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of life. Yeah, I'm gonna adopt it.
Okay.
People became obedient and relatively passive, used to having their lives regulated by rules. Number 2, group culture and rules. Japanese culture is known to be highly complicated with very fine differences between what is seen to be right and wrong, and it continues to have a strong influence on anyone who wants to live and work in Japan. Unlike in Western societies, the group is seen as more important than the individual.
I mean, I understand why that point might bring politeness, but that's the point I cannot get behind.
Like caring about what other people think that much, and
Exactly. Like, I mean, it's good to care about the group, but I think if you care too much what people think about you, it's just a one-way ticket to be unhappy in life.
and you're gonna develop some anxiety. Like, what if this person likes me? What if they don't like me, etc. But
Exactly.
like what I've been taught is that, I mean, it's contradictory to this aspect of Japanese culture, is that it's none of your business what people think of you, you know? Like it has nothing to do with you.
I mean, don't compromise your happiness just because you want to be seen as a nice example or something.
Yeah,
So
just to fit in, I guess.
that's I mean, it works in Japan, but I prefer individual kind of like be who you are, be good, be polite, but be who you are and don't care what people think about you.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's very,
And schooling. Japanese parents place a whole lot of importance on teaching social manners so that the child avoids causing trouble for them and for others. Many stress the value of learning the social rules so that their behavior is not criticized by other people. In school, too, children learn proper ways of behaving together. For example, they are taught to clean up their classrooms and school grounds every day and exhibit extremely polite manners.
Is it only Japan that does that asks kids to clean up? Like, do they do that in Poland? Like, no, right?
Not really. Like we will like clean the blackboard or something.
That's
but
always fun, right?
Yeah,
So fun.
Everybody's. They always like say, "Who cleans the blackboard today?" Me. There's like one person chosen by the teacher, like every day. But yeah, I really like that one. I think like teaching good manners from school, that's a really, really good way.
It has a good impact on their adult life. Like, for example, I don't know if you saw that, but during the 2018 World Cup, like football World Cup, what happened is that the Japanese team cleaned their entire locker room.
Yeah, also the audience, like the Japanese audience going to cheer for a Japanese team, they were cleaning the stadium and everything. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it shows discipline.
So cool.
Discipline.
So cool. I like that.
Towards teachers and other adults. They enjoy learning to work together in groups on projects and in other forms of learning. Many schools also require their students to wear uniforms, which makes them even
they
more
can't dye
aware
their
of
hair.
their oneness.
Yeah,
Number
was,
4, extremely close encounters. And everyone is generally very polite to each other, no matter if you are friends or strangers. They try to avoid all kinds of conflict, especially in the public eye. Number 5, individual status and the formal pecking order. The way a Japanese uses everyday language clearly shows who they are and who they speak to. There are formal rules for speaking differently to different people depending on their age and relationship to you. Even a simple greeting like, "Good morning," can be formal or informal depending on who you say it to and when. Even bowing to another person to say thank you, already considered to be very respectful in other cultures, has different rules for levels, depending on who is doing the bowing or is being bowed to.
No.
Okay,
Okay, that's the end. Well, with the Keigo thing,
Yeah, do you use Keigo?
I mean,
actually?
I don't really speak that good Japanese, so I don't. But also, we have that same, well, not as multiple levels as Japanese language, but we also have kind of Keigo in Polish.
Yeah.
And yeah, so for me, that point is kind of like familiar. We do that with older people, with like someone who's higher in status with you. Also for like our grandmas, grandpas, we don't really address them like in English, like you. We kind of say a little bit more politely as
Oh,
well.
really? Okay. No, in French also we've got some sort of Keigo. Like in German also they've got that. In Spanish. But like it's like I don't use it with my family, but like it's not like English, English is a very casual language, I
Very
feel,
casual.
like you say you to everybody, you talk
Yeah.
to everybody like they're your friend. And
It's true. It's
yeah,
true.
yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good aspect of the Japanese language. Yeah.
I don't agree with all the things that were said in the video. I mean, I'm just from a different culture, of course, but I do think many of those things make Japan such a good country to live, because like people are polite to you.
And Japan, like, is a very, as they said, it's a very, very dense country.
Yeah.
And Tokyo is is one of the biggest cities in the world.
Right.
But it's still, really clean. It works super well, and it shows that everybody just does their part in society to make it work in a cohesive manner.
Yeah, and even as kind of, well, as a foreigner living here, I kind of adapted a lot of that. If you see, let's say, money laying on the floor on the train station in Poland, well, nobody is gonna look for that. Nobody's gonna, even if it's like, let's say, like 1,000 yen, which is not a small amount of money.
Yeah.
People will just take it and like, oh yeah, my lucky day, I have some money. But here in Japan, I would take like even 500 yen and go to like Ekin and like someone lost 500 yen. Yeah, and I feel like I need to do it, even though in Poland I would probably like, oh, go ahead, nice, mine.
Yeah, people are just very considerate here. Like if on the train, if you bump into somebody, they will apologize, you will apologize. It's very peaceful. Just like avoiding conflict is very important. So especially in such a populated country, a dense country. Yeah,
that's true. But yeah, the individualistic thing, look at me, I cannot do that. Like, I cannot just keep my hair natural color and like wear suits and stuff. So that one I probably will never change, even though I love Japan and I want to fit in. I'm just always gonna be weird colors and stuff. And
I mean, it shows that you're full of life,
I mean, I just like being individual, but that's the only, I guess, point that I wouldn't agree with. But other than that, like, that's amazing. Living here is a pleasant experience. I really like it.
Yeah, same. I love Japan. I really like Japan.
Beautiful summary we have. We love Japan.
Yeah, we love Japan.
Of course. So with that being said,
I guess that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you liked the video. So like the video if you liked it, and leave comments. What do you think about these 5 reasons why in Japan is so polite? And subscribe.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, of course, yeah, we always read the comments. We are so happy to interact with you guys, so don't be shy, don't be afraid to leave some comments, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye!
じゃあね。